Y'all, I have got the most incredible recipe for you today. I'm not much of a baker, but my sister sent me this recipe. Thank you, Christy. It is a caramel pecan cheesecake pie. It's very simple to make, and it's actually kind of magic, and I'll get into that a bit later. So what you need to start out, and there's not a lot of ingredients. You need 4 eggs, pie crust. You can do frozen pie crust. You can make your own. This is just refrigerator. 1 block of cream cheese, ½ cup of sugar. You need a 1.5 cups of chopped pecans and a teaspoon of vanilla, and that's it. So let's get started and making my most favorite pie now, and probably one of the most delicious pies I've ever had. First off, you're going to need to preheat your oven to 375. Let me do that real quick. And then you're going to line your pie pan. Now, like I said, I'm not a baker. I cannot line a pie pan to make it look all professional and pretty. It doesn't have to be because it's going in your belly. If you're making it for like your boss or something, or you want it to look really fancy, then spend your time on it. But this is stuck. Oh, okay, there we go. This is just a regular good pie. Now, I've never had a cheesecake with a pie crust base before, so I was kind of concerned about how it was going to taste. I did a trial run and made one and ate almost all of it. Gave some to some family members. So you're just going to press the pie crust in. And see, that looks horrible. Not done yet. I'll try to flute it a little bit, but I'm not good at fluting. Especially when it sinks. I call it rustic. Gives it a little, definitely know it's homemade, I'll tell you that. But like I said, the main part about this crust, or this pie, is not the crust. But because the pie is so big and wonderful, this pie crust really holds up a lot better than a graham cracker crust would. You can do graham cracker crusts. But, you know, I try a recipe, when I first get it, I try it out the way it was originally written. Then I make any adjustments and changes. Okay, so not the prettiest, but still. Now we're going to start on... Now you can do this part by hand. I'm using a stand mixer because I have one and I like it. Anything to make the work less... Okay, yes, fine, I'm lazy. All right, so you're gonna dump in 1 softened stick of cream cheese, ½ cup of sugar, 1 egg, room temperature. Your eggs and your cream cheese need to be room temperature. And then you're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna let that mix until it's all smooth. Sorry for the noise, I know it's loud. And now I'm going to scrape the bowl down. And give it another little zhuzh with the mixture. And that's the texture you want it at. Very creamy. And you saw how simple that was to make. All right, so now we'll go on to the next stage. Now it's time for stage 2. We're going to take this luscious cream cheese, cheesecake mixture and pour it into the bottom. And you want to get out every little bit because it's that good. Now this pie is not very sweet. It's not cloyingly sweet. It's got a good sweet taste to it. And just, you'll want more. Now when you're putting in your cheesecake filling, you're going to think this is not enough. It doesn't look like it is. But it is. Because it does bake up and it does swell up. Now you're going to take your chopped pecans and try to get them all in the pie, not around the pie crust. And just put them in an even layer over your cheesecake filling. And if you don't like pecans, you could probably substitute like peanuts or another nut of your choice. You just want it to be a good, tasty nut. Now the next stage is also really easy. You're going to take 3 eggs. And again, these are all room temperature. And you're going to whisk them up. Sorry for the noise. Now, you need to use, now I'm using Smucker's, but this is caramel topping, not syrup. Do not use syrup or your pie will not set. So we're going to dump this in with the eggs, this whole 12.5 ounce jar. And you would think this would make it very, very, very sweet, but it doesn't. Get all this luscious caramel out. I like the word luscious today for some reason, don't know why, but it's this pie. Now earlier I said it's a magic pie. What I'm doing now is I'm whisking this caramel and egg together until it's fully incorporated. So as you see, it is fully incorporated. I'm going to gently pour this over the top of the pecan pieces and on top of the cheesecake layer. Making sure every little bit is covered and coated. Including my countertop, apparently. So this is the pie right here. The magic comes in the oven. You've got your cheesecake layer on the bottom, then you've got your nuts, then you've got the caramel egg topping. What happens is when they bake, they switch places. So you will see all the cheesecake and the pecans on top, and when you cut it, the caramel will be a separate layer. We're gonna put this in the oven for about 35 to 45 minutes, but you wanna check it. You want it, probably actually add another 10 minutes to the cooking time. When you take it out, you want it to slightly wobble and jiggle. You don't want it to be too loose. Now here's the bad part. You have to wait 24 hours to eat it. Well, at least overnight. They say 4 hours minimum in the recipe, but a lot of people were having problems with the caramel not setting. So what you do is you take it out of the oven, let it cool for an hour, then you cover it in saran wrap, and then you put it in the fridge. I did mine overnight on the test one that I made, and it came out perfect. So that's what I'm gonna stick with. So I'll see you back when I take it out of the oven. I'm taking the pie out of the oven now. It has been 48 minutes. As you can see, it's got just a slight wobble to it, which is what you want. You see how high it's puffed up. We've got all the caramelized pecans on the top. And as you can see from the side of the pan, it's puffed up quite a bit. So it didn't look like a lot of cheesecake filling, but it definitely was perfect amount. Now, as it cools, it will shrink down and settle. That's fine, it's normal, don't panic. So we're gonna let it cool for an hour. Then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And then tomorrow, I know I can't wait either, I want it now, but tomorrow we'll cut it and I'll show you how to serve it and eat it. It's ready. So the pie has rested overnight. Beautiful color. Now, as you remember, it was pretty high up, so it did shrink down, but that's not a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna cut myself a little piece. This is the no judgment zone. You know, I could use a knife to help, but okay, almost perfect. Almost not. But as you can see, it's got a good set. And now I'm gonna add just a little bit of whipped cream. And then top it off with some caramel sauce. All right, now comes for the truth is in the pudding. Cheers. Guys, you gotta make this. I know I'm being totally rude talking with my mouth full. I'm gonna eat this whole damn pie. Not in one sitting, maybe. But as you can see, the caramel layer's here and the cheesecake's here. But it is creamy, crunchy. The weirdest thing is there's a little hint of cinnamon taste to it, but there's no cinnamon in this. And you'll smell it while it's cooking. So I hope you guys make this. Please let me know in the comments. Like it, subscribe to us, like it, and let us know. Thank you very much.